So task
Arun, just
completed.
yesterday itself, yesterday itself, I downloaded those backup files and restored them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's
Okay.
what I did, but still I did not come to the.
Try to make it
Yeah.
because it's important and every concept is important. So from today, from today we are going to discuss about a very important concept, and on the basis of all concepts, we can design your database. We can design OLTP database, right? So
Okay.
whatever we are going to discuss today or tomorrow, after that, you all be able to design your database, how to design database. So it's a very important concept. So today, first of all, we will discuss about integrity constraints. So what is integrity constraint? Why we are talking about this concept? See, so
Yeah.
something like that. Suppose you have a table, something like that. You have ID, you have name, you have address, and you have salary. So in SQL Server, this is called a domain. This is called your domain. ID, name, address, salary. Every column is known as your domain. So you need to maintain your integrity of the domain. Integrity basically it means the rules, the principle. Whenever you design your domain or database or tables, you need to keep all these things about your integrity, means rules, principle. That's it. So why we use this integrity? So in integrity concepts, we talk about different types of integrity, like domain, entity, and referential and all. After that, we move to some constraints. It's also related to your integrity. And after that, we are able to design some databases, some tables with help of that integrity, that constraint. That's why it's a very important concept we need to discuss here. So here you can see all these are known as domain. And in terms of SQL Server, it is also known as a field column. But till now, we can understand this is domain. ID is your domain, name is your domain, address is your domain. So why we are talking about your domain? Suppose ID is your domain, your name is your domain. Suppose I am giving like this 1001. So this domain means, so if you talk about domain integrity means whatever you have given the name of domain, like name. So name always has some character value. So it's a domain rules. Suppose you have declared as a name, and so name always get like a character value. If you are giving something like that, numeric value, it's not related to your integrity, so it's not suitable to your database designing. So that's why EF coded, father of normalization, you can say that, database, he told you need to maintain your integrity during your designing of the databases. So that's why I'm talking about this. Means what you have given the domain name, according to that you need to put some data. Suppose you have address domain, so address domain always contain address data, not something like that salary data. So in this way you need to maintain your domain integrity. So this is related to your integrity. Integrity means rules. Set up some rules. So first thing is that here you need to understand. So you can see here integrity constants are a set of rules. It is used to maintain the quality of information. That's it. So how to maintain your information, how to maintain your data inside your database or tables, you need to take help from the integrity, means rules, principle. That's it. So during, if you set the rules, if you set the integrity rules, constant rules, that time you have functionality during updating, inserting and deleting data. So which data you need to delete, which data you don't need to delete. So all these are related to your integrity, constants, set of rules. So all this process are maintained by this integrity constant. That's it. So you can maintain your data and you can do save your data or database with the help of integrity constant. Suppose you don't have integrity concept in databases, so in that time you could not save or maintain your databases. Some accidental things maybe happen if you don't have integrity constant rules. So that's why in all scenarios your integrity constant will help you out. So that's why we are talking about this concept today before database designing, because I told you in very earlier classes how to design your OLTP database. So designing of databases, OLTP databases, you need have some concept about your integrity constant. So how many types of, first domain constant, entity constant, referential and key. So all four things are very important here. First told you what is domain, next your entity. So what is entity integrity constant? I will understand and I will discuss. Suppose, so in this way I told you ID, name, semester. So all ID, name, semester, age. So age is integer, but you not allow something like that. So that's it. This is related to your domain integrity. Next point is entity integrity constant. What is this? Come to this point. Suppose this is ID, isn't it? Suppose a student, every student have some ID, unique ID, because one student cannot have duplicate ID. Suppose I am a student, my ID is 1001, but other student cannot have 1001. So how to maintain this point? This can be maintained by integrity, maintained by constraints rules. Suppose I am going to give you something like that, 1001. Again, I am putting something like giving 1001. So is it right? No, because duplicacy not allowed. If you talk about the principle, if you talk about the data integrity rules and constant rules, so you cannot have any permission to allow your duplicacy. That's it. So this is known as entity integrity rules. You cannot have duplicacy data. You cannot give null value in some cases. So all these are related to, suppose ID cannot be null because ID always important. So this is the integrity rules. So some field, some domain you need to maintain on the basis of the rules of integrity constant. So every integrity constant is very important and need to maintain and need to understand during database design. So next point is your, in this way you can understand. Suppose employee ID is blank. So null not allowed in key value, means unique value. That's why you need to maintain your entity integrity constant. Salary may be blank, name may be blank, but unique value, key value never blank. So this is integrity constant, entity. Next point is very important. You need to understand. And during designing of databases, a referential integrity constant is used. How to use? I will tell you. Just wait. And this is very important if you talk about interview point of view. So referential integrity always asked. Interviewer can ask you. I will tell you. So what is referential integrity? Suppose here is your student details and one table is suppose course table. So in database designing, RDBMS concept, that's why R means relational. Relational means it's taking the reference from the table. Suppose if one table has some unique value, other table has not, but need to take a reference. So that time you need to maintain referential integrity. So I will tell you, but just here till now, what you got the concept till now, according to that, you need to understand what is referential integrity means. One table is taking the reference from the others. On which condition they will take the reference, I will tell you later on with an example, with a diagram. But before that, you need to understand the concept related to constraint. After that constraint, I will tell you the referential integrity in detailed manners with an example. But till now, we need to understand referential means taking reference, taking address, dependency, something like that. In simple manners, you can understand. But later on, after the getting the concept of constraint, I will tell you the exact example in real-time scenario how to integrate and how to referencing of the other table during the database designing and how this is important. Just I can show you after few seconds. So just wait. After that, see here, just like this way, taking reference. So foreign key and relationship will tell you after constraint concept. So before that, I cannot explain because you will get confused. So don't be confused. That's why. After that, see back to this back to above this point. So three things discussed till now. This point is separate from key constraint. So key constant is also related to integrity constant. And before three also are related to your integrity constant. So why key constant is important? Why? So wait. So why key is important? Why key is important? Just I am telling you. So key basically used to create relationship. Basically in database RDBMS concept, key is used to create a relationship between one table to another table. That's it. And on the basis of that, you can fetch the data from the different tables. Suppose you want to get data from employee table and salary table. Suppose if you want to get data like employee name, address, and salary. So that time you need to get data from two tables. So how to get data? So on that time, key will play a big role. So that's why I'm telling key is just used to fetching the data and creating some relationship between two tables. So how many types of keys? one important concept here, and this is very important concept related to your interview point of view. So first, I understood about key. So I'm taking one example, suppose candidate key. What is candidate key? What is primary key? What is alternate key? What is super key? What is composite key? What is foreign key? So all these are keys concept. All these are keys concept, and next point is your composite key also. So already I think written here, so don't need to. So all these are important. We'll tell you one by one with an example. Just wait. So candidate key means what? Somebody asks you what is candidate key. So you don't need to remember as a definition. Definition you can't remember. So how to remember as a practical point of view? Just wait. Suppose here ID, name, address, and salary. So if anybody asks you as a practical way, what is candidate key? So don't worry about. Just go to this point, this column, and fill. And you need to find out which column is unique. That's it. So in this case, you have only ID column is unique, isn't it? So ID is your candidate. That's it. So ID is your candidate key. But sometime in some cases, you can have more than one column and more column as unique. Suppose ID, SSN number, and EIN number. So SSN number, EIN number, or ID may be candidate key. So what unique column you have in your table, all unique column value column will be candidate key. So candidate in this. But next point is your primary key. So primary key is used to from candidate key. Suppose anybody can ask you which one is primary key. So primary key always choose from the candidate key. So here you have one candidate key, so you can select ID as a primary key. That's it. But some cases, suppose in some cases, suppose ID, SSN number, and your registration number. Okay, so in this case there are three unique values. So all these are candidate key. Here all these are candidate key. But which one is your primary key? So primary key you can have any one. So ID, SSN, registration number. So if you choose as a ID primary key, so rest of this will be this will be as a alternate key. This way. So before primary key, all are candidate key. But if you choose from candidate key as a primary, so rest of all will be your alternate key. That's it. But next point is this one is done. This one is done. What is super key? So super key means like a candidate key, like primary key, like alternate key. All these are known as super key. But what is composite key? So composite key means more than one column. That's it. Suppose in some cases, in some scenarios, you need to choose as a unique column, but some cases you don't have any unique column in your table. But how to? But you need to, because I told you integrity constant you need to maintain. But in that cases you need to choose as a composite key. So what is the example? Suppose in railway, suppose your if you have a plan, journey plan, so that time you generated as a what your bogie number, what is your seat number. So in that case, generated in this way. So you need to combine something like that. Your coach number plus your seat number, something like that. So this is known as a composite key. This is known as composite key. And the foreign key means taking references. So all these are related to concept of these keys and domain. So all these are very important, you need to understand. So in this way, and finally I'm going to show you one diagram. After that you will get everything this way. You need to understand, please. So this is taking a reference, this one. So that's why relationship. So where is relationship creating means primary key and foreign. This is unique key, this is alternate key, and all are known as. So here one key also unique key. So unique key is nothing but difference from primary key and unique key. So need to understand here. I'm going to give you. Suppose anybody tell you unique key. Okay. So unique key means what? Unique key just treated as a primary key, but one difference here. Interviewer can ask you. So in primary key, what in case of primary key, if you declare as a primary key in any column, so primary key never allowed you to as a null value, blank value, but unique key can allow you one null value. This is the difference. This is the difference. And primary key, if you have any table in primary key, that time cluster index created. So index will be discussed in later on classes, don't worry. But in case of unique key, non-cluster index will be created. So this is the difference. What is unique key and primary? So primary key never can allow duplicate value. Only single value. But in case of unique, you can have one null value allowed. But unique key also maintain unique value, but one null value can be allowed. This is the rule of RDBMS in key concept. So this is the situation and scenarios and concept related to your domain integrity and all integrity concept. After that, key concept. So in this way, you can understand what is the things exactly whenever you are designing your databases. Try to understand.
So for primary key and foreign key, column name should be same.
No, it's not hard and fast rule, but somebody gives same name because it can be renamed, but you can have different name. It's not a hard and fast rule. Primary key can have different name and foreign key have different name. Not an issue. But the common column should be same, means data. Suppose why I'm telling this, because suppose in primary key you have 1 2 3 ID, but in foreign key you cannot have like 1 2 3 4 because 4 is not available in primary table. So in this way, but name is not mandatory. You can have different name. Yes, any question?
Can you please explain once candidate key?
Yes, candidate means every unique column. This one, every column is your unique. So all these are unique. So all these are unique means candidate. That's it. Okay.
Okay, so all columns will be the, I mean, the candidate key.
Yes. All unique, not all columns. All unique column means ID, SSN, registration number, EIN number, all are unique. That's why you can say that it's a candidate.
Okay.
Suppose that, as for example, I'm giving you one example, very good example. Suppose if any institution is conducting an exam, suppose 5 people selected. So 5 people are unique. That's why you selected, na? So all people, 5 people are treated as a candidate. So in this way you can remember. And from the candidate, 5 candidate, you can choose first candidate. So that's why first means primary. Rest of alternate. In this way you can remember.
Okay.
Any more questions? Let me know. I am waiting. So all,
A difference between unique and primary.
yeah, told you in primary key null not allowed, duplicity not allowed. But unique, in unique, one null value can be allowed. And second difference is, if you declare as a primary key in a table, in a column, so automatically cluster index created. If you have a table and in a column as a unique key, so automatically non-cluster index created. I will tell you the index concept, don't worry. But
Yes.
this is the difference. If anybody can ask you what is the difference between primary and unique, so that there are two differences, main differences practically you can say in this way. But the second difference is I will tell you what is non-cluster and cluster in the index concept. Okay. So for tomorrow I will tell you the database designing concept on the basis of all these concepts what discussed today till now. For tomorrow I will tell you database designing concept. Suppose you have given some scenarios on how to design your databases. So before that you need to understand. So that's why I discussed today all these things. And this is very important point of interview point of view. So you need to remember all these things. Interviewer can ask you. Very, very important. Whenever you are going to design a database, you need to have some concept, primary, foreign, unique, and all. Okay. So till now, I'm going to stop. So from tomorrow, from the beginning, we'll discuss about the how to design. With an example.
Okay.
Okay. So till now, thanks all of you. Any more questions you can ask me.
One question is regarding that restoring the adventure database. Uh, I am having only one drive, that is C. So is it the I mean, is it the reason why it's not get restored in the database?
So what error exactly you are getting from there?
One error I have shared with you, and the second thing, the data, the file, I mean, the .bak file is not showing in the folder when I try to restore it.
Why you created a single C drive?
There was some problem with the laptop, so I formatted everything and then just make one drive.
Okay.
Did you copy the backup file to that location?
Yes, yes. I mean, from the download folder to the my local folder.
Yes, why I was asking is yesterday I was doing the same and I was having like a couple of issues, but I was able to resolve them. So that's why I was asking. I'm sorry.